Savor the daylight. Things are about to get rather dark.
Oh man, I love me some Troy Baker. No, really, I do. No, seriously, I can prove it. Look, I got a little Troy Baker figure right there. Hello, Mr. Troy Baker. Or should I say Troy Booker? Yeah, Troy Baker did the voice of Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite. He also did Joel in The Last of Us. And oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu. Why don't you tell me when this stupid camera's on, man? I'm over here rambling like crazy. Anyway, hey, yeah, I was just talking about Troy Baker and how much I like him. Hey, Troy Baker, why don't you give me a call, man? I'm not doing anything, and we could, like, make silly voices together, and it would be awesome. But yeah, Troy Baker is awesome, and just like Nolan North, I love him too. And whenever you're watching a video game or a cartoon and you go, hey, that voice, it sounds a lot like Nolan North, and then you check the credits, and it's not Nolan North, it's probably Troy Baker. Yeah, that's right. So, hey guys, seriously, give me a call, we'll do some voices together, I don't know, maybe make a review or a video game. You don't have to pay me much. Heck, I'll pay you, I don't care. But anyway, speaking of Troy Baker, everybody out there knows that I'm a big fan of the new cartoon, Transformers Robots in Disguise. Yeah, and the cartoon's been really good. You know, and I watch like those stupid Michael Bay movies, and I think, why is it these cartoons get things right that the movies just can't get right? Yeah, but that's an argument for another day. But you know what? Here I was watching Robots in Disguise one day, and Steeljaw came on the screen, and I'm like, oh, he looks cool, man. He's like a wolf, Decepticon, Transformer guy. And then I heard his voice, and I went, that voice, it sounds familiar. Who could it be? So I checked the credits. Sure enough, Troy Baker. But you know what? That is awesome, and I love it. And I got me a little Steeljaw figure, and he looks like this. So now Troy Baker Steeljaw can hang out with Troy Baker Booker DeWitt, and that looks awesome. Now, this figure is really cool. I didn't do a review of it because I got impatient and I just opened it before I could review it, but I really like it a lot. Now, felzbug, he reviewed this and he didn't like it. He said, what is this, the new Decepticon leader? I don't know if he's the Decepticon leader, felzbug, yet. I mean, the cartoon wasn't on then, and he was just kind of speculating. But, yeah, he's kind of the leader of a ragtag group of Decepticons on Earth, but they're all like criminals, and he's like the mastermind that's kind of luring them all together to do whatever it is he wants. Now, what he wants, I have no clue, because I haven't gotten to that part of the cartoon yet. But, no, he's still pretty cool. And, Booker DeWitt, I almost said Booker DeWitt. Troy Baker's voice makes him sound very, very cool indeed. Now, one of the things that I have a problem with this figure is, if I remove Booker DeWitt there and show you Bumblebee, you will see that they're practically the same size. In fact, Bumblebee looks a little bit taller, just by a head. But if you look at him with Strong Arm, you will see that she's a little bit taller too. Now, this is a really cool figure, and aside from his face is a little off. I mean, they didn't do as, I don't know, in the cartoon he's got less of a wolf face and more of like a person face. It's close, but it's more flatter than that. It looks more like he's got a snout here, whereas on the cartoon he looks more like a human. But anyway, if you look at the comparison of their sizes here, that brings me to my one complaint about this figure. Now, I really like the figure a lot, but if you look at the cartoon, you will notice the following. Now, this isn't the full episode, this is just a bunch of clips put together, but you will notice that he's talking to Strong Arm in this scene. Well, look at how big he is compared to her in the cartoon. He is, like, incredibly bigger. Now, look at that. He's like twice the size of her. Now, she's, you know, pretty bulky as it is, because, I mean, she transforms into a truck. But look how much bigger he is. That right there, when I saw that in the cartoon, made me really wish that they would make a larger scale version of, you know, Steeljaw to go with it. I mean, that just looks cool. So, as awesome as this figure is, this figure has just been retired for today's review. Because today's review will be on the following. The 3-step changer, a Steeljaw. And look at that. It is so much bigger than that one. That is amazing. Now, I found this today and walked right past it. Didn't even see it. It was mixed in with the Bumblebees and Optimus Primes. And when I saw it, I freaked out because I wanted them to make one, you know, or not a 3-stepper. I didn't care what kind of Transformer they made, as long as they made a bigger version of Steeljaw, and this one is bigger. So I cannot wait to see it out of the package, but first let's look at the package. Now you'll see the little picture there, the cool drawing of him, then it shows the easy step transformation there on the side, and down the other side it just says Transformer. So let's look at the back of the package, shall we? So here's the back of the package, and it has Steeljaw standing there, and then his little truck mode, car mode. I don't know what that is. It's like a little truck car. I don't know, man. It looks. I did see on a clip though that what is it? Fracture, the other Decepticon named after that GoBot that felzbug likes. Apparently, it was riding on the back here. Now, apparently, he's a big truck. If a Decepticon can ride on the back. But anyway, I haven't seen that episode. I've just seen a clip. Then down the side here, you will see the easy transformation. Yeah, sure, we'll see. They always say it's easy, but it never is. But anyway, there you go. Then it's got a big old... The bottom half of the package is basically a bunch of words. I think that's stupid when they waste all that space. That should be on the very bottom flap or something. But, you know, hey, you get what you can. And you know what's funny is they don't show you what else is in the line. They always show you maybe on the bottom 1 or 2 figures, but that's about it. See, in this case, it's the Optimus Prime 3-step changer. And he's pretty cool. I have that one, and it's actually more in scale because he's so much bigger than the others, just like this Steeljaw. So yeah, when I saw this figure sitting there on the shelf, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's what I've been wanting, a bigger Steeljaw. That is so awesome. I mean, because like I said, I really like this one a lot, but this one just blows it away. And honestly, this one is more, it's not quite screen accurate. But it's more screen accurate. He's got the proper big shoulder pads. He's got the wheels on his back, although in the cartoon they're a little higher up. Stuff like that. But, you know, this one, I don't know. His face looks a little better. Still not quite what it is in the drawing, though. He doesn't have, like, the Wolverine ears. He should have those. They're just straight here. And he still kind of looks more like a wolf than a person, but... That's okay, he still looks cool to me. So, I say we just shut up about talking about it, and I say we... open it! So here's Steeljaw fresh out of the package, and I have to say, I like what I see. He's very simplistic looking, especially compared to the other one. Because when you compare them aesthetically, this new one just looks like a stick figure comparatively. I mean, it doesn't have like a lot of character to his shoulder pads or his arms or anything like that. He's very simplistic. His head's got more character, but his body doesn't. Now, I do wish this one was just a scaled up version of this little one. But, hey, you take what you can get. And honestly, the thing that matters to me most is scale. And when you see these two standing along strong arm, this bigger one seems to be more in scale. Because he's huge on the cartoon, and that's what I wanted to see. I mean, like I said, you know, aesthetically, I really like the smaller one better. But, hey, at least I finally got a larger Steeljaw, and I'm happy. Now let's look at him from behind, shall we? Now here's the 3-step Steeljaw looking pretty cool from behind, and he's got the little tail. His tail's a lot stubbier than the other one. As you can see, this one's got the more articulated tail and everything like that. And like I said, in the cartoon, his wheels there on the top are actually on his back, more towards the middle part of his back. Well, neither one of them get that right, but this one over here gets it more right. So it's closer there. This one is way more like in the cartoon, closer than this one, but hey, I don't care, he's still taller. So, let's look at his face up close, shall we? Now here's a super duper close up, and quick, scan that for the video game, and you'll have a Steeljaw in your game. That is awesome. But anyway, if we pan up here, we will see his face, and look at that. That actually looks a lot better than I thought it would up close. That looks really good. Now if they painted his little nose there, the little end of his nose black, that would have been perfect. And I wish he had little dots in his eyes. I think his eyebrows are a different color too, but that's okay. I mean, it looks like they got most of the details there, so I think this is a pretty close, you know, head sculpt to him. Especially if you compare it to the smaller version. Now, this one's got all the same sort of details, but, I mean, the silver kind of washes it out. I think the white really helps on the bigger one. And his head just looks a little flatter because his horns don't look quite as tall. And, but yeah, you can see that most of the details are washed out, and it looks like he's even got more details on his nose. But yeah, whereas neither one is 100% screen accurate, I still think this bigger one looks a lot better. It just looks good, and it's, especially since the head sculpt is the best part of this bigger figure. That and the height, of course. That just looks awesome looking. Now let's look at him transformed, shall we? Look at those teeth. Now, I'm not going to transform the smaller one, but here's the larger one in wolf mode, as he looked a minute ago. There he is. And then once you start to transform him, you do this. You straighten his arms and flip up that little thing over his head. And then, as you swap around the hood and the windshield, it starts to automorph into this really cool-looking futuristic Jeep car truck thing. It is awesome looking. I love it. Can you imagine what repro labels will make this thing look like? It looks awesome. Now, as you can see, it's got very basic paint, but at least it's got some. It's got the headlights painted. One of the things I really like about it is if you look inside the wheels, they're actually orange. That is cool. Check them out. That looks so neat. Now, let's look at it from behind. Now, here it is from behind, and as you can see, it's kind of a hollow toy. But what do you expect? I mean, they're all hollow when you look at them that way. That looks pretty cool to me, and you can see his head inside there if you look real careful. That's pretty cool. That looks very neat, and you can see how bright orange with the little Batman symbols that are on his little wheels there. That looks neat! So here you can see the size scale between the original Steeljaw and the new Steeljaw transformed into a car, truck, Jeep thing, whatever he is. Now, like I said, I'm not going to transform this Steeljaw because I remember him being a real pain in the butt to transform, and I want to leave him in robot mode anyway. So you're just going to have to suffer and see this new one. Besides, that's what the review is all about, this one. So there's my sort of review of the brand new 3-step changer Steeljaw from Robots in Disguise. And this figure looks awesome. And I was so excited to find a larger Steeljaw figure because, like I said, when I saw the cartoon and I saw how big he was, especially compared to her, I was like, man, they made him really little here. I really like it when they do scale. And do I like this little version of him better? Yes, aside from the head, which I really love on this one better. But I do love the scale of the new one, so I wish it was the best of both worlds and you could put them both together and have one figure. But you know what? That never happens. So you have to get the big ones and you have to get the little ones. And that's just the way life is. So, until next time, tune in for what? Yes, I got Jazz and frickin' Sideswipe. I just didn't review them. What? You don't believe me? Okay, I'll show you. See? There they are. Yeah, a few days ago, or about a week ago, I found these two guys at a Walmart and freaked out because the one I really wanted was Sideswipe. I mean, I had been looking for, a Sideswipe figure to put in my collection. I had the, the one-step changer or something. I don't know what it was, but I got that one, but he was a little shorter than the other ones, but he still fit in. But I really wanted a good one of him, and I finally made one. And then I found Jazz right next to him. I'm like, holy cow, man, that's awesome. So I thought that was very cool indeed. But like I said, I got bored one day, and before I could review them, I opened them and played with them. Same thing I did with the original Steeljaw. I just couldn't wait. So there they are, and there they all are together. And look how big Steeljaw is now next to them. That is awesome. So like I said a minute ago, until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews! Come on, felzbug. Come on. Oh, man, felzbug, seriously, if you get to hear Troy Baker's voice as Steeljaw, I think even you would like Steeljaw after that. Oh, he's awesome!